To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. You have your way, I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. In every real man, a child is hidden that wants to play. The true man wants two things, danger and play. For that reason, he wants woman as the most dangerous plaything. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies, but also to hate his friends. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. A pair of powerful spectacles has sometimes sufficed to cure a person in love. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and simpler. There cannot be a God, because if there were one, I could not believe that I was not He. A casual stroll through the lunatic asylum shows that faith does not prove anything. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. When marrying, ask yourself this question: do you believe that you will be able to converse well with this person into your old age? Everything else in marriage is transitory. One should die proudly when it is no longer possible to live proudly. Not necessity, not desire. No, the love of power is the demon of men. Let them have everything: health, food, a place to live, entertainment. They are and remain unhappy and low-spirited, for the demon waits and waits and will be satisfied. The most common lie is that which one lies to himself. Lying to others is relatively an exception. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. Nothing is beautiful, only man. On this piece of naivete rests all aesthetics. It is the first truth of aesthetics. Let us immediately add its second: nothing is ugly but degenerate man. The domain of aesthetic judgment is therewith defined. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. Stupid as a man, say the women. Cowardly as a woman, say the men. Stupidity in a woman is unwomanly. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. Without music, life would be a mistake. We should consider every day lost on which we have not danced at least once, and we should call every truth false which was not accompanied by at least one laugh. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. Yet his shadow still looms. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of all murderers? What was holiest and mightiest of all that the world has yet owned has bled to death under our knives. Who will wipe this blood off us? What water is there for us to clean ourselves? Ah, women. They make the highs higher and the lows more frequent. It is impossible to suffer without making someone pay for it. Every complaint already contains revenge. We love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. There are no facts, only interpretations. Women are considered deep. Why? Because one can never discover any bottom to them. Women are not even shallow. The doer alone learneth. On the mountains of truth you can never climb in vain. Either you will reach a point higher up today, or you will be training your powers so that you will be able to climb higher tomorrow. When one has not had a good father, one must create one. When you look into an abyss, the abyss also looks into you. Many are stubborn in pursuit of the path they have chosen, few in pursuit of the goal. The future influences the present just as much as the past. Fear is the mother of morality. Whatever is done for love always occurs beyond good and evil. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. There are horrible people who, instead of solving a problem, tangle it up and make it harder to solve for anyone who wants to deal with it. Whoever does not know how to hit the nail on the head should be asked not to hit it at all. There are no eternal facts, as there are no absolute truths. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs. He alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. Whenever I climb, I am followed by a dog called Ego. In heaven, all the interesting people are missing. The irrationality of a thing is no argument against its existence, rather a condition of it. Love is blind, friendship closes its eyes.